Some people make you act like a completely different person. You're confident with everyone else, but around them, you suddenly go quiet. You're usually patient, but with them, the smallest thing annoys you. And sometimes you leave thinking, why was I acting like that? You might think it's just because they know how to get on your nerves. But what if it's not just them? What if it's what happens between you? Because there are 4 strange ways this can bring out a side of you that you don't normally see. The first one is easy to miss. You're having a great time with your friends. Then you notice one person suddenly looks upset. Nobody said anything. Nothing happened to you. But now you're looking around thinking, what's wrong? You start paying more attention. Maybe you stop joking around. Maybe you become a little quieter, all because of one person's reaction. When you don't know what's going on, you look at other people for clues. You see their face, you hear their voice, and you start thinking, is something wrong? So sometimes, someone doesn't have to tell you, be careful. You see them acting differently, and you start wondering if you should be careful. That's the strange part. Something happened to them, but it changed what you did. And this matters, because sometimes we blame ourselves for reacting strangely, when we haven't even noticed what made us react in the first place. But what if someone doesn't just change how you act? What if they slowly change how you see yourself? Imagine someone thinks you're boring, so when you talk, they barely react. They don't ask you much. They seem distracted. You notice, so you stop talking as much. You become quieter around them. Then they think, see, they really are boring. But wait, they thought you were boring, so they treated you like you were boring, and then you became quieter because of it. Now they're using your quietness as proof that they were right. That's pretty weird. Because they didn't just notice you being quiet. They helped make you quiet. So did they discover that side of you, or help create it? And this can happen in other ways too. Someone treats you like you're bad at something, so you stop trying. Someone treats you like you're annoying, so you stop talking. Someone acts like they don't care what you have to say, so eventually you stop sharing. And then they think, see, I knew it. So the next time you think, I'm just different around this person, don't immediately blame yourself. Ask, how are they treating me? Because sometimes, the way someone treats you can bring out the very behavior they expect to see. But that's not the only way this happens. Some people can make you take on a completely different role. Now think about someone who always takes control. They interrupt you. They choose what everyone does. They speak over you. At first you push back. Then they do it again and again. Eventually, you stop. You let them decide. You talk less. You agree more. And after you leave, you think, why didn't I say anything? You didn't walk into the room planning to be quiet. You just slowly became quieter around them. When one person keeps taking control, the other person can start giving up some of theirs. The same kind of back and forth can happen with warmth too. One person is friendly, the other becomes friendlier. One pulls away, the other may pull away too. So maybe it's not, what's wrong with me? Maybe it's, why do I keep becoming this version of myself around them? And once you notice your role, there's one more thing to notice. They're reacting to you too, and that means something strange. You might be helping create the behavior you don't like in them. Think about an argument. You ask, what's wrong? They say, nothing. You ask again, they get annoyed. Now you're annoyed because they're annoyed. So you push harder, they pull away. That makes you even more frustrated. So you push again, and they pull away again. Look at what just happened. You did something. They reacted. You reacted to their reaction. They reacted to yours. And it keeps going. You make them react. They make you react. After a while, both of you are angry, and both of you are thinking, they're the problem. But neither of you is acting alone. Your behavior is changing theirs. Their behavior is changing yours. And every new reaction gives the other person something new to react to. That's why some arguments feel like they have a life of their own. You don't even remember how they started. You just know, this always happens with them. And that's the clue. If it keeps happening with the same person, maybe it's not just one person's behavior. Maybe it's the pattern the two of you keep creating. And maybe that's the part we've been missing. We keep asking, who is causing this? But sometimes the better question is, what keeps happening between us? Because look at what we've seen. Someone looks worried, and suddenly you're wondering what's wrong. Someone treats you like you're boring, and you start talking less. Someone keeps taking control, and you start giving it to them. You get angry. They react. You react again. And the whole thing gets worse. So maybe when you say, this person brings out a side of me I don't recognize, you're looking at it the wrong way. Maybe they aren't simply finding a hidden side of you. Maybe the two of you are helping create the version of you that shows up around each other. That's why you can be confident with one person, quiet with another, and defensive with someone else. None of those versions has to be fake. Different people can bring different behavior out of you. So the next time you catch yourself thinking, "What's wrong with me around this person?" don't just look at yourself. Look at what's happening between you. What do they do? What do you do? And what happens next? Because sometimes, understanding yourself isn't just about looking inside. It's about noticing who you become around other people.